Now close that. Back into form initialize. I'm going to enter the following. So we want these to have as follows. So let's just say this dot add item, and the item that I'm adding is going to be current account there. So I can just copy. There we go. And this will be savings account. Next, let's say deposit. And this, we can just make that up, joint account, something like that. So if I run this, I should be able to get all of those details in there. Look at that. When I click on this, reset it back to the default one. All right, that is good. Now these two are taken care of. So let's take care of the main one, which is the calculate. Double click on the calculator. In the CBN calculate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an if statement. If txt full name dot text, if that is equals this, then if it's empty, I want the message box, MSG box. I'd like it to display the following. Let's say, please enter the full or customer's name. Customer's name. All right, so enter customer's name. Let's just add VB information. Yeah, that'll do. Then set focus. TXT full name dot set focus. There. Okay, now let's exit sub and end if. Very good. So that is taken care of. So let's get this indented and indent all of them. Okay, I need to repeat the same thing for the address as well. So I'm going to copy this, paste, and this will be address, txt address. So if that's empty, do the same thing. Enter customer's address. And let it self-focus in on the address as well. Good. Next, let's enter customer's details. No, that would be account number. In the case of account number, so this will be txt account number. However, if the account number is not, so let's say not is numeric. Okay, if it's not number, then I want the following. I want a message box to display. So let's change that to enter a valid account number. All right, looking good so far. Enter a valid account number, then we also want it to get focused. Okay, clear whatever we have in there. If it's invalid, it should be txt. and then we focus, set the focus. Dots, well, focus, and there we go. Okay, so we can now copy this and just change it around for the loan. Copy, come right down here, paste that for amount of loan, amount of loan, amount of loan. There we go. Grab hold of all of these and change this. And this has to be enter a valid amount. Yeah, amount. Yeah, that will do. Okay. So you get the whole idea. So I'm just going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. All right, I've added 2 more conditions. Okay, so the interest rate is not a number, release this. And the same thing applies to the number of payments. Okay, next, I'm going to now use these variables there, these 3. Okay, let's grab hold of them and come right down here. I want to assign value to each of those variables. Get rid of this for now. And this very one here, I'm going to assign a value to it. So the value I intend to enter is going to be a numeric value. If value enter is not, it's not a text, then say amount. Amount is called txt amount, right? Amount of loan. Yeah, there it is. Let me just copy it. Txt amount of loan. Then the next one is going to be interest rate. Let's look for interest rate. Txt interest rate. Get rid of that. And that will be CDBOBI. There. That will be equals. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for this other one here. Get rid of this. The one I need is number of payments. Txt number of payment. I'll pull up that and paste that in here. There we go. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. This is meant to be L, not I, L. Okay. Don't make that mistake, please. I should be L. All right. That's fine. And next, I'm now going to use the same condition to check the data that is entered into the number of payments. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to come down here, paste. So in this case, what I'm trying to achieve is if the number of payments is less than and equals to 0. Okay, so let's change all of this. Get rid of that. If number of payments less than and equals to 0, then we want something to happen. A message box. Okay, let's say number of payments must be greater than, greater than 0. And 0. Right. Let's set focus. There we go. I'm going to save it, Because I've done a lot of work, I might as well just save it now. So let's make sure I select the right format, and I'm going to save it straight into my directory here. Okay, I'm going to save it here. So this is going to be underscore Paul. There we go, save. And save type is Excel macro enable. Save that. Okay, I'm going to run it. Let's see. And here, I will not enter anything there. So let's click on this. All right, let's see. The variable is incorrect. Let's check that variable up there. What is it? Oh, there's an S there. Good. It's number of payments with an S. Stop that. Back in the code with an S. And that's it, actually. All right, let's run it one more time. Run. I will not enter anything in there. Please enter customer's name. All right, customer's name is Grace. No address. Please enter address. Number 3. Warwick Avenue. And here we enter whatever in there. Enter a valid account. And here, source code. And click that. Enter a valid amount. Yeah. Interest rate. Enter a valid number of payments. Let's say 39. There we go. So it's all working now. So that's fine. You just need to now take care of the calculator, or the calculation itself for these two labels. So I'm going to exit out back to the codes. Double click on or select view there. Hey guys, this is my calculation. Those are the lines of code that take care of the calculation. Okay, have a good look at that. So I had to speed that up because of time is against us. And here as well, that is for the receipts. And finally, these lines of code here add every single value straight or data straight onto the worksheet. Okay, so let's take it from the top. I'm going to double click on the calculator. On the condition that this is empty, do this. The same thing applies to this and this up to here. And let's take it down. And right here, that's the simple interest calculator. Okay. And here, that's the receipt. And here, add to the form load, to the worksheet. My resets, form initialize, and exit. Let me show you guys the exit. That's the exit, and it goes, and the variables that are declared. So guys, I'm gonna run it one more time. Let me show you guys the form. There's nothing on the form, as you can see, on the worksheet, as you can see. So we'll run it. Let's see if we can just open both. We'll close that. Let's open up the worksheet and open up this and just move this to the side. Run and see. Run. Okay. Enter a name there. So I'm gonna call that Larry Casey. Address number 7. Good Man Way. account type, current account number, and here we enter the source code, and here amount to be borrowed. Rate 4.9, and here number of payments, let's make that 48. And that's it. Click on calculate. Go look at that. If you notice, the details of everything automatically appears in there, and you get your receipt here. But there's one more thing. I want this to have the following. Okay. So when I click on that, this is how I want it to look like a proper source code. So let's speed that up as well. Exit. Okay, I'll double click on the source code text box. So the event should be on change. There we go, that is right there. And the following lines of codes. Take a good look at that. All right, let's run it one more time and see. Click on run. Okay, enter name in there. Let's say that is Elara. And here, enter the address, number 5, Treetop. And here, loan accounts. There we go, look at that. And how much? And here, interest rate. Here we have number of payments for the 4 months. There we go, look at that. So with that, guys, I'm calling the end of this brilliant tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to this channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. And for your information, this project is available for the members. Thank you guys, and bye for now.